Hey everyone, welcome to Atlas Gaming. Please like and subscribe. I release content every day. We're playing Space Commander War and Trade, and this video is going to be kind of how to get started. I've read some reviews. There are a lot of complaints about controls and targeting. It's impossible to hit anybody, and there are some of those things. And so, first things first, what I would suggest doing, and what I've done, which made the game very enjoyable for me as far as controls, is I would change the settings. So go to Controls. And let's see right here. Don't by default, aim is right mouse button, and shoot secondary. There's no mouse control. So I would change this to use right mouse button to fire your alternate weapon. It'll make things for I think a lot easier. And then for aiming, I like the Q button because it wasn't used for anything else, and it's right there next to the other controls, WASD. And so basically what you'll do is once you see the health bar of an enemy ship, you'll just hold Q. And then once you hold Q, your ship will automatically aim at that enemy and it'll just stay locked on. And so you don't even have to really use controls like the WASD keys or anything like that at that point. You just hold Q. And then your reticle will automatically try to find that ship no matter where it is. And then that way you can use... Let's see here. I'm going to make it easy. Easy for explanation. You're going to use... Okay, so underneath the reticle right now, or the crosshairs, there's a green semicircle, right? It's disappearing right now, and then it slows down. And that's because that's my weapon generator. And so you have a weapon generator, and it can only produce the energy for the weapons at a certain rate. And right now, this is a brand new ship because I just started this campaign, so it's not very good, but you can upgrade it. And then so... there's the green semicircle underneath, and you can see in the top right, the green is the health bar. And so this weapon that I have right now that I'm firing, that's to damage the hull of other ships. And then the blue underneath my green is shields. And then so eventually you'll get a weapon that will damage specifically shields, or do more damage to shields than to the hull. And then so that semicircle will go over the top of the crosshairs, and that'll be blue, and then you set that one up to fire with your right mouse button. So you approach an enemy ship, you hold Q, lock on, right mouse button until their shields are gone, and then once that happens, switch over to left mouse button, and it'll destroy their hull. And then the weapon generator is let's see, each energy weapon that you have, the green one or the blue one, they have their own energy bars. And so like right here, just for example, just pretend hypothetically I had a blue weapon also on top of this. Even though the green energy bar is out, it's out right now, so it's firing slowly, then my blue one would still be full. Another thing you can do that's really helpful is to use the 1, 2, and 3 keys. And obviously all this stuff is to help with a player using mouse and keyboard, but watch in the upper right. There are 3 circles underneath my health and shields. If I hit 1, the 1 button, then it diverts all power to shields. So that way my boosters will not... they replenish very slowly. And same with the weapon generators. So you will have shields that come back faster, but your boosters, which is the space bar, that makes you go a lot faster, they'll replenish a lot more slowly. So you can see right there, that's the orange bar underneath the 3 circles in the top right. It's replenishing very, very slowly. So if I press the 3 button, then it returns energy to all systems. And if I press it again, then you can see that booster bar is increasing because my energy is diverted to boosters. And then so, you can see that there are 3 different colors of circles, and there are 3 different colors of bars. And so it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. From there, you can kind of mess around with those controls, but pressing 2 will divert power to weapons. If you press 2 again, then it'll divert energy away from weapons. So like say if you're just trying to run in a fight, or if you're fighting capital ships and you just want to get the heck out of there without firing any shots, then you won't have the energy to replenish your weapons. So you can see how slowly the little the green half circle underneath the crosshairs is replenishing. That's because I've diverted energy away from weapons. So I'm going to press the 2 button now, and then 2 again, and then it comes back really fast because you can see in the upper right, energy is diverted to weapons. Okay, and so this is the first mission. We're going to put the things that we just talked about into practice. So I'm holding down the space bar. That is boosters. I like to just pass right by the enemies and come around behind them like this. And so I'm going to, you can see their health bars. That means that they're in range and you can lock onto them. So I'm going to press and hold Q on this one. And you can see I'm not using any mouse controls, WASD, nothing. It's just, I'm just holding down Q and my ship is automatically staying with this one. And you can see the ship has no shields because there's no blue bar above the green bar. It just has health. And so luckily we have the right weapon for the job, because you can see in the bottom right corner we have what looks like, you know, it's a gun. It's like the basic outline of a barrel, a weapon barrel. Just to the right of that, the little diagonal lines, they're green, which means that it's a green weapon, so it's good for destroying a hull, like a ship's hull, like the fuselage, the thing that makes it a ship. And so now I'm just going to hold down left mouse button. And now it's toast. And so you can see the little, the directional indicator over the crosshairs, or next to the crosshairs. It's a little red arrow pointing to the right. That means that's the nearest ship. And so we're going to go over here. And again, we can see this ship's green bar. So I'm just going to press and hold Q. I'm not touching anything else right now. It's just automatically controlling the ship for us. Very handy. Then I'm just going to start firing with left mouse button. And that ship is toast. And so that's basic combat, just with energy weapons. And projectile weapons like chain guns and 40mm cannons, they will have the same type of controls. You can see in the top right, our energy is diverted to weapons right now. It was that whole time. And torpedo and missile combat it's not much different. You just lock on with Q, hold down Q, and then I press R because you can see, well, we get dialogue now, but you press R because that's the button that I have assigned to launching torpedoes or missiles, and then once you do that, it automatically locks on, and then you can leave, you can release Q, and that missile or rocket will follow. So here is the second quest. It's more combat. We're not going to finish the whole thing in this part of the video. I just wanted to point out that once you get here, we're going to divert energy to weapons. Once you get here, you can't land at the station because there are hostiles. You have to clear out the hostiles before you can land there. And that is just at the beginning of the game. This does not continue. It's not like every time you land, you have to clear out hostiles. It's just right here, and I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so we completed the second quest here, and then I landed at the station that was being protected or interfered with by those hostiles. So I just landed here, and hopefully you didn't take any damage. If you watch your shields and divert energy as necessary and try to avoid taking too much fire, then also avoid colliding with things. That seems like it's needless to say, but you can collide with things in this game, and it will do massive damage to your ship. So if you can avoid taking damage at this point in the game, which should be pretty easy because the game is set up to be player-friendly, new player-friendly, then you should be able to land here and not have to repair anything. However, if you do need to repair, come to the hangar, and then you click Repair All, or you can click on the ship and go to the hull, and there will be a repair button. No, it's not. So I'm sorry, it's not there. But anyway, that's just that's how you repair. If you have consumable weapons like chain guns or torpedoes, rockets, missiles, 40mm cannons, anything that's not an energy weapon, then you can click Reload All, which will do exactly what it says. And Refuel All is important. That's going to be the most used button for a while in this game when you're just starting out. So we'll Refuel All. It costs $10. We only have 250. Just to give you an idea of the scope of money in this game, when I was done with the final campaign in my main playthrough. You can check out those videos if you want. I've got a whole playlist for Space Commander, but we had about $38,000 remaining. We could buy space stations and things, and we had the money-making system automated to where we would make about, I think it was $2,000 or so for every 12 in-game hours. So we'll click Refuel, and that's the basics of, I guess, fleet maintenance. Repairing, reloading, and refueling. Okay, so we have here the solar system map. And so unfortunately, I haven't found any keyboard keys to pan around to this map. You just have to left click and drag in order to look at the entire system. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom in, and it's, I mean, really close. And also to zoom out, which is not far enough away to see the entire system in one screen. So let's look at this. You can see all these little green kind of X's. So if you just click on one of them, it'll show you a lot of information about the station. So the demand, these are all commodities. These are things that you can buy in the game and sell. And so this station demands these things, and it produces these things. However, what I've discovered is that that's not exclusive. So once you get kind of established in the game, you get some money and you can start doing some trading. And say you want to go here, and say you have, I don't know, you have electronics. Let's say you have electronics to sell. That's just another commodity in the game, but it's not here at all. It's not in this list. You don't see electronics. Don't let that discourage you from going there and trying to sell electronics, because I don't feel like this list is exhaustive. I don't think everything that they will buy or sell is in this list. And so what I found is that keep an eye on places where you are successful with trading a certain product, a certain commodity, and you can probably go back there for a while and sell things. And then also the game kind of has a timer. So say you go someplace, you sell them a bunch of electronics to the point where it's not worth very much anymore. Then come back again in, say, 24 game hours, and you'll be able to do it again. You'll be able to sell them for a good price again until you've flooded their market, and you'll be able to make good money that way. And then another thing about this map, the solar system map, this is our quest right here. Let's see, hang on a second. So you can see this set of blue arrows. That's your main quest. That is the campaign mission. You'll also have this white set of arrows. That's where you have selected to travel. And then there's a third set that you'll see sometimes. That's a side mission, and those are just yellow. And so that's how you differentiate between those. And so if this is our main mission, we go here. Down here is flight time. And for a long time, I just kind of ignored it until I realized that if we don't have any transport ships with us right now, but if we did, and we took a flight that was more than 14 hours, then we run the risk of encountering pirates. And the more time than 14 hours that your flight takes, then the higher chance you have. So say right here at 16 hours, we might have like a 10% chance. If we go up to 140 hours, we'll probably have like a 50% chance. So that's the way that works. Also, this thrust time right here and fuel, those are they're correlated, right? So the more thrust time we have, the more fuel we take, the less time it takes to get there. However, this does not affect real time as the player. So if I don't have any cargo ships, I'll take as long as I want to get there just to conserve fuel, especially at the early phases of the game. So we're going to go over here. That's our mission, and we'll fly there. Okay, we'll go over a couple things here. We're going to go over landing. And also I wanted to show you this. So I just pressed escape, and this brings up the main menu. And for some reason, they put these things in the main menu. So skills and reputation is exactly what it sounds like. Right now, we have 2 skill points just to start out. And you can, let's see here. There we go. So it'll tell you the details and ask you if you want to do it. When you click on it, you can go through these on your own. It they're I think that they're all pretty useful except for this one, and the reason is because you can manipulate your encounter chance with pirates just by manipulating your flight time, like we just talked about. And so, I mean, you just go through these again. They're all pretty useful, and I don't really have any recommendations. Um, it, on choices. This is just going to depend on your play style. If you're role playing a little bit, maybe you might go for options that are not really relevant in combat. So go over these and just check them out. They're all worthwhile. And then the reputation down here. This is it's just like any other game. If you haven't played other games, the way the reputation works is you just become more friendly with that faction, right? So we have all these different factions. Syndicate is pirates. All the other ones are they're basically corporations. Delta is a mercenary force, and they're the ones that the main or the initial quest is about, the first quest. Motus, they're really good to get in with because they're pretty neutral. They're just a bunch of people who do like escort missions or supply runs, things like that. They're easy and they're good. And again, you can do missions for them without affecting your reputation with other factions. And so let's go ahead and land this plane. Oh, also, before we exit this menu, the quest log, for some reason, is in the main menu. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. If you need an objective and you don't know what the heck you're doing, or you forgot or whatever, just go to the quest log. It'll tell you. So let's go ahead and land this thing. So I'm going to use boosters by pressing space. I'm going to come out here, give myself some room to land. And then you can see the green lights on the side of the runway. And so these will be here. And you just fly into them. And that's it. Easy. It just automatically lands for you. And then if you're landing at a space station, you will see those same green lights, but they'll just be in space. And there's only one set of green lights, and that's the only place you can land on that station. And so for completing the quest, we got a transporter. The T4 right here means that it has 4 available cargo spots, which means we can only hold 4 individual units of any commodity. So I can hold 4 spaceship parts, 2 spaceship parts, and like 2 electronics, 4 oxygen, 1 space part. I think you get it. You only have 4 spots. And so we're not focused on the story right now, but I just want to show you. So we have our gorilla oh, hang on, let me back up a little bit. The cargo shop is where you buy and sell. This is basically your trade menu. So you come here to the cargo shop, left click on it, and you can click on any one of these things. And so this station looks like it produces food. It produces nutrients because they have a ton of them, and so they're really cheap. And a good I guess, kind of thermometer is this right here. Super easy. They make it way easy on you. You don't have to remember prices or anything once you're starting out. Just look at this. So we're going to go ahead and just buy some of this food just to demonstrate. Well, that's only 4 units. I guess we don't have enough cargo capacity to fully demonstrate what the mechanic here is I'm trying to explain. But so right now it's extremely good price to buy, right? So you're buying it. That means that it's cheap. Sometimes you will see it say extremely good price to sell. And so if you have that commodity, you want to sell it because it's a high price and you will do well by selling it. And then as we buy more of these, I bet you at about 6 or 7 units bought right here, this would switch to good price to buy instead of extremely good price to buy. And that'll probably mean that it's around $55, something like that. And so this is probably your use this as your guiding light when you're first starting out in trading in Space Commander War and Trade. And so that's that. You can see all these other things. These are all just commodities. Eventually down the road, the ship parts, they will also serve a different purpose or an additional purpose. You can still buy and sell them, but they will also be required to build modules on a space station. And they're actually my favorite way to make money, which I'll outline in another video. I've actually already made a video about it, but I'll do a little bit more concise job later. So look out for that video. But anyway, that's it for the trading stuff. Okay, so we have 4 nutrients in the cargo hold of our transport ship. And so what we're going to do, and our main objective right now, you can see in the top left, the quest log, gather 600 credits. And so this is where the trade part of the game comes in. We're just going to go over here to gray matter station. And right now you can see their demand is nutrients, or they have nutrients as part of their demand. So we're going to fly over there. And then our magic number here for flight time, once we do have a transport vessel, is going to be, well, it's going to be 14 or less. Once you hit 15 hours, then again, you have the chance. You start rolling a chance for pirate encounters. So we're going to keep it at 8 hours, under 15, and we're going to fly over there. And so here is landing in space at a space station. You can see over there where my crosshairs are right now. Those are the green lights you're always going to be looking for. And so once again, you come out here, and we have, if I press B, you can see your fleet. And then you can go and you can pilot different ships in your fleet. But right now we have a Cobra, which is a fighter, so it has high maneuverability. So we'll come in right here. And all I'm doing is moving the mouse in order to guide myself into the green lights. And so we're going to ignore all the story for right now. And we'll go to the cargo shop because we're here to sell nutrients. So we bought them for 40, I believe. And so again, we're trying to get to 600 credits up here in the top left. And this is a good price to buy, but I think we can do better somewhere else. So we'll leave here. And we're going to go to Saturn. Saturn is my favorite place. Look at all this stuff. They have ship parts that are produced at double rate, so they're worth like almost nothing there, so you can buy them very cheaply. And then they also produce weapons, which is what we're going for. So we're going to adjust our flight time here to be just at 14 hours, and then we'll fly there. We want 14 hours, again, to avoid pirates, but also to conserve fuel. And then I've explained the landing mechanic. You know, so normally you'd go fly around there. I have purchased the Mega Pack, and so I'm going to press the L button to auto land right now. That's the nicest part about the monetization of this game, is that one thing, you just auto land. Very nice. Besides, you know, all the credits and everything, but those all go away. The L to land is it's a time saver. So anyway, let's get in here. We're going to go to the cargo shop. And we're going to buy some weapons. Here it says extremely good price to buy. That means they're cheap. But look at that. We can also buy ship parts, which are the most expensive commodity per unit in the game. So we will buy... We can't buy that many, can we? We'll buy 2. And hopefully have money for gas. We have exactly enough to refuel our ships. You can see we have $14. Costs $14 to refuel. And we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we're sitting on $0. We'll undock here. And there are a few stations. Okay, and so I guess kind of to be more specific here, this is one of my favorite ways to make money in this game is you go to Saturn, you buy weapons and engine parts. Eventually you'll have transport ships with larger cargo holds, and so you'll be able to hold more than 4. But so you go here, you buy those goods, and come out to Mars. Or no, it's Mercury. Come out to Mercury. We want to adjust our flight time to just under 15 hours. Because you can see right here, this number changes to a yellow with an exclamation point. That means you're rolling a dice. So we'll fly out here to Mercury. And so I'm going to be using the L button from now on instead of landing manually. So pressing it there lands us. Go to the cargo shop. And see, they don't have any ship parts here, and so we will get a good price. We bought them for under 300. We're going to sell them for 428. And this is literally the best way that I've found to make money in this game. I would not be surprised if there are better ways and people have a better way than I do, but this is the best way I found. So we're going to do this right now. We're just going to go back to Saturn. We have very limited capital right now. We have... Here, let's... Okay, pressing L to dock. We'll go to the cargo shop once again for 282. So we can buy... Nice. 286. We can buy 3 this time instead. So we'll undock again and go back. And yes, this is a grind. In case you haven't noticed, there is a grind to this. Every game has its grind, right? In this game, it is making money. And so I just pressed L again to land. We'll go to the cargo shop. And see, this is the timer that I was talking about. There's a certain amount of time that passes in-game, and then the inventories on stations reset. And so we'll go here. We'll sell them. 1, 2, 3. And you can see we're making a lot of money pretty quickly. And so that's an introduction to how I like to make money. Okay, and so here is the next part of the main quest, or the main campaign, is to come here to Parabellum Station, and we're going to go to the hangar and upgrade our ships. And so Cobra. And so I just wanted to also add this. This is the cosmetic section, kind of, for the ships. You can change all the different paints, custom paints. There's gloss, gloss, semi-gloss, and flat. And there are all these different colors, and then also custom colors, but that's not why we're here right now. So we have $1,500, and we can upgrade the armor, which is just that's your ship's health, and then energy shield, which is, you know, it's a shield, so it replenishes, but once it disappears, then you start taking damage to your armor. However, there are some weapons in the game that deal direct damage to armor. They bypass shields. You'll encounter those. They're brutal, but they're really nice when you do have them yourself. And then, so as far as upgrades and things, personally, starting out, I would recommend upgrading these. However you want to do it. These first tiers, they're very cheap, and then they double each level after that. So maybe just do it at the same time. So just like I did. So 1, 2, 3, and go through it like that. And then we have down here weapons. We're going to upgrade this. So a hard point is a place where you can mount a weapon of your choice on the ship. And so starting out, once again, I would definitely do energy weapons. I would not do consumables because they cost money to reload. And eventually, if you want to, you can join the syndicate and you can do missions for them. Once you get a high enough reputation, you'll have a handler. And the first one, his name will be Baxton. He'll give you, just randomly, sometimes. It's pretty frequent, but it depends on which one you want. Anyway, he'll replenish your fuel, or he'll repair your ships, or he will refill ammunition for free. And so that's something to take into account later on. But again, in the beginning, I would just choose energy weapons, and I'd focus on your weapon generator. I explained what that is, but in case you didn't watch it or you forgot, that is what replenishes your energies, or your weapons' energies, so that you can fire continuously for longer. And so let's look at the hard points here. And so back to the very beginning of this video, I basically classified the weapons with colors. So we have 2 plasma cannons. They're green. They do hull damage. For the hard point, I'm going to mount ion cannons because they're very complementary. And you can see right here, this does 3 hull damage, but 23 shield damage. And down here, the numbers, the ratio is kind of reversed. The bigger one is to hull damage. The smaller one is to shield damage. And so basically, you know, let's just mount this, and then I'll show you. So we have blue and green, and give me 1 second. Okay, and so one more thing about this menu is the inbox. This is where you get your missions from, and so you press the inbox. And this is just landing at any station, they will have an inbox. And so you go to that one, you press, you know, whichever one you want. The trade office will just tell you, like, okay, so this commodity is at a super low price on this station. And then you go to the independent job market, and then you can see these jobs. So limited capital ship will pay $569. I laugh a little bit because We're not even close to that point, I don't think, to eliminate a capital ship. You can try, though. And then so you can just see all the different jobs. You can click on details. It'll tell you more specifics. And so the client is Delta. That's a faction. And then this job will give you 2 reputation with them. Let's see. Smuggle spacesuits. Anything with smuggle will always be the Syndicate because they are the pirates. So go right here at Syndicate, 1 reputation. And then for something like this, anytime there's a number like it's either a trade, like a commodity delivery quest or a commodity smuggling quest. When it has this quantity, this price will be per unit. So this will be 4 times $183, and so you should be able to find spacesuits for less than $100. And so these quests will give good money. Then let's take a look at, let's see, protect passenger ship. No, not that one. Trey Stone. So this will be like a main faction mission kind of. It's kind of like a quest line, I guess. And so we'll go right here. We'll call him, and he'll tell you who he is. Blah blah blah. So they'll give 160 credits for this job. And I'm not really interested right now, but that's kind of how you get in with a faction. It's a better way to do it than these independent job market board postings, because you'll usually get more reputation with them. Okay, and so one more thing here. We're gonna do a couple things actually. So we're gonna fly down here. This is the next stage of the main quest, and this tutorial is not really a guide on how to complete the main quest. It's just that this is what's available while I'm doing this. So you complete it however you want, but it's just providing opportunities to explain things while we go. And so our next step is to fly down here to New London, which is on Saturn. And so I turned our thrust time down to 10 minutes, which will increase our flight time to 262 hours and our chance to encounter pirates up to 75%. Because there's one last thing. As you can see in the top left, we have 6 targets. And so I'm just using boosters to come up kind of behind them. And you can see, so as soon as their life bar is visible, the green and blue bars, then you know that they're in range. So you can just hold Q. And so now we have a blue and a green weapon. And so since this ship has shields, I'm going to hold down the right mouse button and just take out his shields really fast. And then I hold down left mouse button, which engages the green weapon. So watch this. I'm not going to use the blue weapon on the next thing that I shoot. I'm trying to get some space so we can actually lock on and be on them for a second. I'm going to press 3 twice and divert energy to boosters to get the boosters back. I'm going to come back here. This is what the shield depletion looks like with a green weapon. It's not very good. Now we're going to do it with a blue weapon. And so you can just kind of see the difference, and I just really wanted to point that out. So right now, you can see the bottom of our reticle, the bottom half of the circle, which is where the green would be. It's restoring very slowly. So I'm going to press 2, the number 2 on the keyboard, twice, and then you can see how much quicker it comes back. And so that's power diversion through your systems. And so that's it. This is my tutorial video. This is kind of a beginner's how to start the game, elimination of all the confusing aspects. This is Space Commander War and Trade. Thank you for watching Atlas Gaming. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this, or if there's something I missed, or if you have more questions. I'd be more than happy to answer